Future plans predictions. We did the quiz. Now we need to do the essential vocabulary. Just remember that I use the color. Today, mostly we're doing nouns and verbs. If you don't know, excuse me, if you don't know what a noun is or a verb is, go to Google and say, what is a noun? What is a verb? Google will help you, okay?
Okay.
Essential vocabulary. So, the future. So, pronunciation. Pronunciation.
It's funny.
Start for you, Simon.
It's a big problem if I can't pronounce pronunciation. Okay. So, future. It's usually we say ch. So it's like future.
Future.
Now when we talk about the future, we have near future, near. So Australia, we don't usually pronounce the R sound. So we say it's the near future. If you're USA is like near future, but Australia near future. And distant future. Distant. So Hafida was curious about this one. It's just the opposite of the near future, which means we're talking about like very much in the future, right?
Okay, yes.
So like a long time into the future. So near future, distant future. So let's look at some sentences. We don't know the future. We need to plan for the future. Oh my God, sorry. At some point, it's very useful because we use at some point, it just means we don't know when, but just one day, someday, at some point. At some point in the future, I want to buy a house. What are your plans for the near future? What are your plans for the distant future? Okay, so this is all very useful when you're thinking about the future. If I look here, you can see in the near future, I will. In the distant future, I will. So, Hung, in the near future, you will.
In the near future, I will buy a new car.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's awesome. In the distant future, maybe I'll buy a car. Maybe. Maybe in the distant future. Kelly, how about you? Distant future.
In the distant future, I will be perfect in English.
Oh, woo! Very good. Very good. Distant future. But why can't you say in the near future? Why not?
No.
Okay,
Distant.
But I'm still happy that you said you will be perfect. Distant future. Okay. I'm still happy about that. All right. So this is in the near future, distant future. So just remember that we're talking about near future. It could be next month. It could be 2 months later, or maybe next year. But distant future is like more than that. Okay. Now, plan. When we talk about a plan, so we have a short-term plan. So think about your life, and you're building your life and you have a plan. Maybe your life you're thinking about in the near future. So the near future, you have maybe a short-term plan, okay? And we also have maybe a long-term plan, and this is good for the distant future, okay? So we have short-term plan is good for the near future. Long-term plan is good for the distant future. But we have different types of plans. We have loose plans. Can everyone say loose? Loose.
Loose.
Plan.
Loose.
Plan.
So last week we did the sports and competition, and we talked about lose, 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 but this is loose. Okay.
Lose.
Loose.
So a loose plan, and we have a fixed.
Sorry, Simon.
Fixed
Loose.
plan.
Loose. This loose. It's the opposite of a tie.
Yes, but in this meaning, like it's like so usually when we talk about loose, we talk about loose and tight, right?
Yes, tie.
But when we
Yeah.
talk about a loose plan, it's a similar idea, I guess, but we're not talking about obviously like our clothes or something. We're talking about something that is flexible.
Ah, okay.
So a loose plan is flexible. Maybe it can change, right?
Ah, okay.
But a fixed plan, maybe it's something we can't really change. It's difficult to change, right? So
Okay.
So we can have a short-term loose plan. We can have a long-term loose plan, or short-term fixed plan, long-term fixed plan. Something that we don't really want to change is fixed. So Binod, do you generally have loose plans or fixed plans when you're like, what is your style? Do you like to have fixed plans or loose plans? What's your style?
Loose plans.
Right. So you don't want to feel like, oh, I must do this, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we often have different types of plans. Maybe if you're going to meet your friends, maybe your friends say, hey, maybe do you want to meet on Sunday? Maybe you say, oh yeah, maybe, okay. And so this is kind of a plan, and you could say it's a loose plan because maybe it won't happen. But hey, do you want to meet Sunday? Yeah, what time? Let's meet at 12 o'clock. Okay, good. How are you going to meet me? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I will drive. Okay, all right. Are you going to be there? Yes, I'm going to be there. Okay, great. Now, this is more like a fixed plan, okay? So we have loose plans and fixed plans. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Do you have any short-term plans, long-term plans? It's just a loose plan at the moment. It might change. It's a fixed plan. It won't change. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. So when we talk about plans, we have the noun, but we also have the verb. Okay. So plan on, plan on, doing, plan on doing, plan on doing, plan on meeting, plan on watching, plan on driving, ing. So when we use plan on, don't forget linking, plan on, plan on, plan on, plan on, plan on doing. But we also have plan to, and it's the same meaning, plan to do, plan to do. Okay. So plan to watch, plan to see, plan to drive. So we have plan on ing and plan to, and then no ing. Okay. It's the same meaning. So I can look at some sentences. I plan on visiting my close friend this weekend because on visiting. Everyone okay?
Sorry, Simon, can I ask you?
Yes.
Can I say I'm planning to
Good.
visit?
Yes, you can. Very good. So you can also say I am planning on visiting. Yes, no problem.
On planning, visiting, ing, is it correct?
Yes, because ing is after the preposition, okay? So it doesn't matter about this one. It doesn't matter about this one because the important thing is after on, we need ing. So it's irrelevant if this is, do you know what I mean? So planning on visiting is correct, okay?
Planning to visit, no?
You can also say plan to visit and I am planning to visit.
To do
Oh.
something.
Yes, yes. So both are perfectly correct. So we
Okay.
sometimes say, I'm planning on visiting, or I plan on visiting. I'm planning to visit. I plan to visit. Both are okay, no problem. We use both, okay? So
Mhm.
when we're using plan on ing or plan to no ing, we can change to, we say present continuous, present
Mhm.
continuous. So we can use present continuous or present simple. Both are okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. So hope is like, it's kind of like a plan when I say hope to do, but it's more focusing on want, right? So we're focusing on want something to happen. And maybe we think it will happen, but we're focusing on we want it to happen. So we usually say something like, I hope to travel next year. Now, maybe I say I hope to travel because maybe it's my plan, but I don't know if it can happen, but I want it to happen. So I hope to travel next year. That's my plan, but it depends on many things. So I hope to do, okay? Really common and useful. So you need to now get ready to go to the chat, okay? So go to the chat here, go to the chat. I want everyone to write at least one sentence. You don't need to write it directly to me. You can just write it to everyone. I want you to use at some point in the future, or I want you to use one day in the future. It's the same. Or I want you to say in the near future or in the distant future. Or I want you to say this one. Now, this is a new one. In the coming days, in the coming weeks, in the coming years, in the coming months. It just means in the next few, like in the next few days, in the next few weeks. So it's like, if I say in the coming weeks, I don't know exactly when, but it's in maybe a few weeks later, right? So I just use in the coming weeks, in the coming days. I don't know exactly when, but it's a few days later or a few weeks later or a few years later. So in the coming days, in the coming years, in the coming weeks, or the day after tomorrow. So the day after tomorrow, today is Wednesday, yes?
Yes.
So the day after tomorrow is what day?
Friday.
Friday.
Friday. Good. So I want you to write in the chat one of these, and then I want you to write, I hope to blah, 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 or I plan to blah, 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 or I plan on blah, blah, blah. So just choose any of these and then write, I hope to, or I plan to, or I plan on, okay? So I'm gonna wait for you to write that. You remember, you can just write it to everybody in the chat. So go to your chat on Zoom and start writing. I will start one at some point in the future. I hope to buy a nice house. Okay. All right, so let's have a look. Hafida, one day in the future, I plan to travel to the USA. In the coming years, I hope to buy a beautiful English. Very nice. Hung, at some point in the future, I hope to buy really? A Macau parrot. Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. In the near future, I'm moving to Canada. Mila, good, but you didn't use hope to, plan on, but that's okay. Ada, in the near future, I hope my child's visa will be granted. Will
Oh.
be granted. Will be granted. Binod, in the coming years, I hope to travel to America. Beautiful. Nassim, in the distant future, I hope to be. Nassim, I hope to be, because hope to, no ing. I hope to be, I hope to be a billionaire in the distant future. Wow, a billionaire. Wow. Can we please stay friends, Nassim?
No problem.
Yeah, very good. Kelly, in the distant future, I hope to visit my family in Colombia. Okay, cool. That's nice. In the distant future feels a long time away. So you can't go for a long time? Kelly?
Yeah, I don't know because of COVID.
Yes. So distant future feels like a long time. So I don't know. Maybe you want to say,
Near
no, well,
or in the coming years, maybe.
yeah, maybe in the coming months or coming years. Maybe in the,
Okay.
yeah. But it's okay.
Okay.
It just feels, when I read it, it makes me feel sad.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. One day in the future, I hope to visit China. Good, Oscar. In the coming months, I plan to watch Spider-Man, No Way Home. Good, Binod. In the distant future, I hope to visit Europe. Good. So it's just funny because I compare. Binod said, in the coming months, I plan to watch Spider-Man. And then Kelly says, in the distant future, I hope to see my family. It's like so different. Okay, good. In the distant future, I hope to visit Europe, Mila. Okay, that's good. That's enough. I don't have more time. So very well done. Just remember this and remember it for your speaking next week. So let's just look at some more useful verbs for, related to planning. So arrange is a very useful one. So we say arrange.
Arrange.
Arrange. Good.
Arrange.
Which one of the structures with arrange is arrange a time to do something or arrange a place to do something. So like maybe let's arrange a time to meet. Let's arrange a place to meet. Okay, very simple but useful. So we need to arrange a time to meet. We need to arrange a time to meet. It just means we need to like make a plan, like what time. So it's very useful. We need to arrange a time to meet. We haven't arranged a place to eat yet. So maybe you want to eat somewhere like at a restaurant, but you haven't decided where yet. So you can say, we haven't arranged a place to eat yet. Okay. So really useful when you're talking about plans. Arrange. Other useful plan verbs. Intend to do. Now be careful. Intend to do. Intend on doing. Intend to do, intend on doing. So you can see, hope to do. What did I say before? Plan to do, plan on doing, intend to do, intend on doing. So I intend on being there, but if my boss calls me, I will have to work. You know this situation, right? So when we intend, it's like something we kind of plan to do, we want to do, but it maybe something will stop us. So I intend on being there, but if my boss calls me, maybe I can't, right? So I intend to be there is okay. So you can say intend on being or intend to be. Intend on being and confirm. Can you please confirm the time we are meeting? So when we kind of want to just double check, like we know, but maybe we want to double check. Can you please confirm the time we are meeting? Or maybe it's very useful. Sorry, we are meeting at 8, right? I just want to confirm, right? This is very common. I just want to confirm. So it's just like checking, double checking. All right. Let's finish up with the predictions. Not too difficult. So this is something that you think will happen in the future. So plan is like it's like our control. We're trying to make something happen. But prediction is we think it will happen, but we don't know, just we think it will happen. So I could say, what's your prediction? What do you think will happen? So maybe there are 2 sports teams playing. What's your prediction? Like, who will win? Who do you think will win? What's your prediction? Very common question. What's your prediction? What's your prediction? Can you make a prediction? Make is the verb, make a prediction about tomorrow's weather, right? Make a prediction about tomorrow. I predict, and this is, you can use the verb. I predict, this is the verb. I predict that the weather will be sunny. I predict that you will like the movie. I predict that the weather will be cold tomorrow. Predict, okay? So very useful when we're talking about something we think will happen, but we don't know, 100%. So this is my question. I predict the world will be kind of normal again in, so Mila, when? When?
I predict the world will be kind of normal again in
Yes.
2 years more.
Okay, so in 2 years. This is a common mistake.
Yeah.
In 2 years, finished. You don't need to say more. So a common
Okay.
mistake is people say 2 years later, but we don't say that. If it's from this point, from now, we don't say 2 years later. We just say in 2 years. In 2 years. Nassim, what do you think? So the world is crazy right now because of the pandemic. So what do you predict? It will be kind of normal again in
1 year.
5 years, 1 year, what?
In 1 year.
Okay, 1 year. Okay, Alex, what do you think?
That is correct. I predict the world will be kind of normal again in next year.
Alex, kind of normal.
Kind of normal again in next year.
Okay, so if you say next year, you don't need to say in. You just say
In.
No. If you say next year, you don't need to say in. Just
Again next year.
yes. Oscar, what do you think?
I predict the world will be kind of normal again in 1 year.
Okay, you guys are very optimistic.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but I predict the world will be kind of normal again in I don't know, 10 years. Like it will take.
Yes.
1 year?
In Australia, yes, I believe in
I-
you. In
yes, I
The
Australia,
world is
yes.
normal now. Australia is
The
not.
future is normal.
Unfortunately,
You
I
want to
predict the
travel?
world won't be kind
Okay.
of normal.
Next year.
So I'm focusing on the world and in just
Yeah, in Australia, 10
Australia
years,
is
okay.
not normal now.
10 years, it's okay,
But the
maybe
world is
more.
normal.
Exactly. In Australia, maybe 20 years.
yeah, Australia. That's true because Australia is very That's true.
Yeah.
I think also I predict that maybe there will be a new normal, right? So new normal. So maybe we will never have the same as before, right? Just a new normal. But I don't know. So expect is another thing similar to predict, and expect we use when just we really think it will happen. So predict is kind of like, oh, this is my guess. Expect is not just a guess. Like, I really do think it will happen. So I expect that the situation will improve soon. So I really think this. I also use this structure. So we have expect something will happen. So I expect the situation will improve. Okay. And expect to happen. So I expect to see you tomorrow. And we use expect somebody or something to do. So example, I expect you to be there. I expect you to like it. So when we're using expect, we can change the structure, and it's kind of confusing, but you just remember that it's some of these verbs are very flexible. Okay. So if I say I expect the weather to be good, you can see I'm using this structure, right? This structure. But if I want to change to this structure, I expect the weather will be good. And because that is optional. So this is one reason why English can be quite difficult, because you have the same verb and it has like 3 different structures, right? So we can talk a little bit more about that maybe next week when you're practicing. All right, quiz time. So let's do it. Number 1, in the
Near
In
future.
the near
Near.
future, I hope to
Yeah.
get
I hope
hope
to
to
get
get-
a new
I
job.
hope
To get
to get
to get
get a new job. In the
distance.
Distant
Distant
future.
distant future.
I plan to
plan-
settle
I
down.
plan
Plan to
And
To
Plan out.
settle.
put it
To
there.
settle
to
down.
settle down.
Coming.
Coming
Weeks.
weeks.
I
intend
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 Huh?
to
on
on
visiting
visit.
on visiting.
on
I
visiting
intend
On
In
On.
on visiting.
but it's not a
future plan.
Future plan.
it's not a
Fix.
Fixed
fixed
A
plan.
fix.
It's a
it's a
It's loose plan.
loose plan. Good. What are your
Short-term plans.
Short
Term.
Short term.
how about your
Long.
Long term.
Long time.
did we
Arrange to meet.
To me.
Arrange
Arrange to
to meet.
can you
confirm
Confirm.
that
I
expect
And the weather.
the
whether
weather to be good. Will be good.
Will
To
be.
meet. To meet. Good. Wow.
okay, wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Kelly, I said wait. All right, I'm going to say your name and you're going to tell me the word. If you don't know the word, you have to do 20 push-ups, okay?
I always do.
All right, Binod, you're first. In the
In the near
Ooh.
future.
All right, Binod, say your name, please.
Binod.
Yeah, say a different name.
you again, please.
Oh, be hope. No. I hope
No, say somebody's name.
somebody's okay. Mira.
Mira.
No.
Yeah. Mira hope. Hey,
No, what are you talking about? Say
say what?
say a classmate's name. A
Oh,
classmate.
classmate. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I get it. Hank.
Okay. I hope to
I
get
hope
A new job. Okay. Hung, say somebody's name, not your own name.
Yeah, I know it. Alex.
Alex,
In the distant.
one more time.
Uh,
The-
distant.
Good. Distant future. Good. Say somebody's name.
I plan. I know.
Somebody's name. Classmate.
Plan.
No,
No,
no.
no, teacher.
Alex.
I
Alex, listen to me. Say somebody's name, classmate's name. You choose a person. Choose a classmate. Choose a
What?
classmate.
Say your
Choose.
name.
Choose a classmate. Come on, Alex.
choose a classmate.
Nassim, Ada, Kelly. There are many classmates. You need to choose somebody.
I choose as classmate.
What?
No.
Say my name.
Kelly.
Just
Kelly.
Aida.
Ida.
Ada, go.
I plan to settle down.
Okay. Quickly, choose a name.
In the coming weeks,
Good. Next. Quick, fast.
Nassim.
I intending intend
Visit.
to visit it.
No. Intend. Intend. What's the
on visiting.
On.
what's the preposition, Nassim?
On.
Okay, on visiting. Quick, say a name. Say a classmate's name. Anybody.
Alex.
Alex. Again. Oh God. Come on, Alex.
It's not future plan. No. Fits.
Good. Good. Okay.
Plan.
Say a classmate's name.
Oscar.
Thank you. Good job.
It is a
Lu-
I don't know.
Lu- Luz.
Luz.
All right. We've got no time. Everybody. Number 4. Quick. Everybody.
Short.
What are your short-term
Your
plans?
short-term plans.
Plans.
How about your
Long
long-term
plans.
plans?
Did we?
Did we arrange
Arrange
to
Can you?
Can you confirm?
confirm.
I
Expect.
expect
Let's
Good.
The weather to
be
book.
good tomorrow.
My recommendation is you go to the home page, the community page, and when I have put the new class recording in there, that you watch this lesson again when you have time, or you can listen to it, because I think it will help you. It will help build your vocabulary. Some of you need to review this lesson. Okay, that's my recommendation.
Thank you.
teacher.
Tomorrow, pronunciation, sentence stress. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.